So today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating, the way our brains shape the stories we tell ourselves. Ever thought about how those deep-rooted beliefs about who we are can keep us stuck?
Oh, definitely. It's like we're trapped in this perception box, right? Where we see ourselves a certain way, and even more interestingly, how we think others see us. Have you ever felt that pressure to fit into a particular box, like being the sporty one or the creative one?
Totally. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Sometimes we tell ourselves these stories about who we should be, but then there's this question, are these stories even really ours?
Exactly. It's almost like we're living out someone else's narrative. It's fascinating because, as Nicole Vignola, the neuroscientist, points out, we have the ability to change this trajectory, shift our thoughts, expand that perception of who we are. It's all about breaking out of that box.
Yeah, it wasn't until Nicole started studying neuroscience that she realized we can actually change those ingrained perceptions. It's like a mental reset. But then she talks about something really interesting, how our environment shapes our beliefs. For example, we learn through observational knowledge without even being explicitly taught.
Yeah, I love that concept. It's almost like osmosis. You pick up things without even realizing it, like learning how to cook by watching your parents, or even how to interact with the world. But the downside is, sometimes we absorb those negative narratives, especially if we see the people around us being self-critical.
And that gets reinforced, right? Like in the case of Nicole's friends, Samantha and Martha. Samantha was the talented dancer and Martha the high achiever. But when Martha stepped into the real world and faced failure, she struggled because her whole identity was built around this perfect, smart achiever persona. She wasn't prepared for setbacks.
It's such a relatable example, and it highlights how our identities can be so rigidly formed by external expectations. Once you're in that fixed mindset, it's hard to break free. But then what really stands out to me is the whole concept of our brain's negativity bias, how we tend to focus on the negative more than the positive.
Oh, absolutely. Our brains are wired to give more weight to negative experiences, which is why we end up replaying those self-doubts, like, I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy. And then there's this confirmation bias that ensures we keep confirming those negative stories.
Right. And that creates this loop, an almost automatic process where we just keep perpetuating these unhelpful thoughts. But here's the catch. The brain doesn't know the difference between something that's serving us and something that's holding us back. It just repeats what's familiar.
That's such a key point. So if you want to change that pattern, you have to consciously break it. It's like paving a new road in your mind. Imagine a smooth, well-established highway. You want to change it. You start by walking a dirt path, and eventually that path becomes just as smooth.
Yes. And Nicole talks about how metacognition plays a big role in this. The ability to step back and observe your thoughts. When you can name those thoughts, engage your brain's higher order thinking, it's like you take the steering wheel away from those automatic negative patterns.
It's empowering because once you start noticing those patterns, you can start reshaping them. You don't have to stay stuck in that old narrative. You can actively rewire how you perceive yourself, how you show up in the world.
Which brings us to the big question everyone asks. Can we really change? The answer is yes. No matter who you are, your brain has the capacity to change, even as you age. It's not just about neurotypical people. It's true for everyone, including those with neurodivergence.
That's a relief to hear, so we don't have to stay locked into the stories that no longer serve us. We can rewrite them. The brain is adaptable. Whether you're 25 or 75, you got the ability to change.
That's the beauty of it. We don't have to be victims of our past narratives. We can decide consciously to break free from them and create new, more empowering stories.
Exactly. It's all about taking control and realizing that change is within our reach. So next time you're feeling stuck, maybe it's time to ask yourself, is this story even mine?
A powerful question to ask. And the best part, the brain's always ready to change if you give it the right tools.